everybody, this is Kayla from buytheplaneticket.com and I am here to show you how to save money on buying airline tickets. So whenever I first got my website, lots of people were telling me you need to make videos, you need to explain to everybody how you do this, how do you get plane tickets so freaking cheap? Because at the time, I was going somewhere every month. I would get cheap plane tickets to a few cities and then a few states over. I got plane tickets from St. Louis to Phoenix, Arizona for $40 round trip, from Chicago to Florida for $40 round trip. It's just really cheap stuff like that. So now I'm showing you something bigger. I'm talking from one country to another, how to save money the most. Here's my first video about how you could potentially save hundreds of dollars whenever you buy your plane tickets. So the reason that I'm making this my first video is because next month I will be going to Indonesia, and whenever I plan on going, I plan on actually using this method to get my plane tickets because it will probably save me between $200 to $300 round trip for my trip to Indonesia from the United States. So I will show you a step-by-step guide. I will have the computer on the screen and I will show you exactly what I'm going to do in order for me to get those tickets super cheap. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is go to google.com/flights. It will look like this. You can scroll down, see all the different deals. I plan on doing a video later on how to kind of use that, but right now we're going to look up flights from Los Angeles to Singapore. Like I said, I want to go to Indonesia, but I will be stopping in Singapore to make it cheaper. So here you can see how much it costs round trip for the flights. If you press on the dates, you can see all the different kinds of prices they have. I have flexible dates, so I'm going to go with something cheaper. We have $490. That's honestly not that bad. It's actually really good. So to go straight to Jakarta is $700. So that's almost, $200 to $300 difference, which is ridiculous. So from Singapore to Jakarta, it looks like it's only $60 to $90 round trip. So that's a huge savings. If you put those two flights together compared to just going straight to Jakarta, you're saving yourself $200 to $300. Easy. And what's crazy is that sometimes, here they have a multi-city option, and you can put in where you want to go. From here, I'm going to put in Los Angeles to Singapore to Jakarta, and then from Jakarta to Los Angeles. And I'm just going to pick random dates because I don't really know when I'm going yet. So here, it adds them all together as $925. So I feel like a lot of people use this command, this option, and I feel like the deals aren't as good, and I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's just the dates I'm picking. Try to pick other dates. Yeah, $834. That's still way more than I just showed you earlier. So you kind of got to play around with it and find those deals and then add them together. Make sure the dates don't intertwine with each other. The time frames are enough to get through the airport and back. So let's see. So LAX to Singapore. Oh goodness. Oh, here we go. Almost had a heart attack. Okay. So $490 to go from Los Angeles to Singapore. So $490. And then we had from Singapore to Jakarta, and that was $86. So you're looking at $576 round trip to go from LAX to Singapore to Jakarta and back to Los Angeles. This is round trip, this entire thing. $576 round trip. That is how much I will be spending to get to Asia, which is extremely good. I don't know how many of you have ever been to Asia, but that is a really good deal. And a lot of people ask me, why is it so much cheaper? And what they don't realize is that whenever you're doing this, airport hopping, you're going on different airlines, you're going on different planes, and different planes are cheaper based on where they're going. Usually, if you take a plane to their home base, so for example, if you were to take Hawaiian Airlines to Hawaii, it's going to be cheaper than taking Hawaiian Airlines to anywhere in Asia or Seattle, anywhere other than Hawaii, because Hawaii is their home base. Whether they have people on that plane or not, they have to go back to Hawaii. Like it's just where they go. They go and they fuel up, and then they do all that stuff. So it's like that with every airline. If you take WOW Airlines to Iceland, it's gonna be cheaper. If you take Alaskan Airlines to Seattle, you would think it wouldn't be so cheap because you would think they were based out of Alaska, but they're based out of Seattle. So if you were to take Alaskan Airlines to Seattle, it would be cheaper than to go anywhere else. And it's like that with every airport, every airline. It is like that. So you just kind of gotta mix the airlines together to get the best deal instead of just going straight somewhere, because it's typically not the best deal if you just go straight there, unless it's like a deal they're having, or it's a very common flight to have. So like New York typically is pretty cheap anywhere it goes, just because it's a very big airport, and it's will pretty much go to anywhere in Europe for pretty cheap. So that's usually a little different. But if you're like in Denver, Colorado, like pretty much near the middle of the United States, and you're trying to go anywhere outside of the United States, it's not going to be cheap. Like, I promise you, it is not going to be cheap. Or if you are in an airport that is really small, those typically have the worst deals. So if you're in a small airport, you want to take a flight to a bigger airport, and then maybe even go to a different airport. Sometimes you might want to go to 3 different airports to get to your final destination, because it'll be that much cheaper. Plus, on top of that, you get to stay a day in all these different cities. And a lot of people think a day is not long enough. It's not as long as you want it, but I went to San Francisco for 8 hours, and I was able to go to the pier. I was able to go see the Golden Gate Bridge. Like, it's really just how you look at it and how you value your time and how you plan around it. So, in conclusion, this is my method of how I kind of get around the world, how I would do it, and hopefully it helps you guys out. Hopefully you guys get some good deals.